Good evening, everyone. Hope my voice is clear and audible.
Yes, Balaji.
Thanks for confirming. So guys, let's open the same Power BI which we developed yesterday. So this is the Power BI which we created yesterday. Let's work on that. I give another 2 minutes for you to open the Power BI file which we created yesterday. Then we start with the few more visualizations and then we move on to the other topics. Hope everybody has opened this particular dashboard. Just add a new sheet and give the name as scatter plot. So tell you what exactly is a scatter plot. Scatter plot is a visualization which helps you to analyze between two KPIs, two quantitative measures. When I say two quantitative measures, they can be sales and profit, sales and volume, net margin and gross margin, any two KPIs which drives the business. If you want to compare them across a like category or subcategory or any of the things, then we can use scatter plot for that. The scatter plot is over here. Can you see scatter chart? Just click on that and expand it. Okay. Now I need to get two of the quantitative measures of the KPI. I would take sales into x-axis and profit into y-axis. Profit into y-axis. Sum of sales into x-axis and sum of sales profit into the y-axis and sales into the x-axis. Okay. And now there's a single dot. Okay, which is the intersection of both. Now I want to compare this on subcategory. I want to see each and every subcategory of its performing in terms of sales and profit. So I put subcategory into the values. I just increase the size of bubbles on the category label. If I'm on the category label, I can see what are the categories. To view better onto the screen, I just increase the font. Okay. And also increase the size of the marker so that it can be viewed in a better way. Okay. And we'll also that's enough. No. Can you guys create this? How do I create this? In x-axis, I put sum of sales, y-axis, I put sum of profit, and the values I put subcategory. Just create this, then we can analyze what exactly the inference we get from this particular visual. Or let's say you only analyze and say what is the inference or the business intelligence you get from this particular visualizations. I just put a title over here as a scatter plot. Scatter plot with play axis. Just increase the font. Copiers has the highest profit. Yes, that's a one good inference.
Balaji, I think your voice is low. Please, little bit louder.
Right now,
Yeah.
okay. Is it better now? Is it breaking or it's sounding low?
No, it is same.
Just give me 1 minute. Let me change the headphones.
Yeah, yeah, sure.
Is it better now? Or is it the same?
Yeah, it's better now.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you, Balaji.
Yes, have you created this particular visualization? Okay. And if I go for the intelligence which I get from here, I can see the copiers have good amount of profit as compared to the others, but the sales is lesser. Can you see 150K? As compared to sales, the profit is much higher. I can say that the margin, the profit margin for copiers, see for tables, the sales is very good. It's around 200K, but the profit is on the negative. That means we are selling it in losses, right? Similar machines also have a good amount of sales, but the profit is very low. Can you see? Only 3K profit, 3,461 rupees is the profit out of the sales, 1,89,000, right? That means not even a rupee profit in a single machine. No, I won't say rupee, not even a dollar profit in a single machine, right? So we this way we can see which are the ones which have good profit margin and which are the one who has very less profit margin. Is that clear for everyone? How the inference can be derived from this particular visual? Sales is higher, but profit is on the lower side. Hope everyone is clear. Any queries, you can post it onto the chat window. Okay, now I will make this a visual more interactive, more kind of animated way. So now this is the state of last 3 to 4 years, right? This is the picture we are getting from last 3 to 4 years. But I want year wise. How do I do that? If I put multiple years over here, it will be looking very cluttered. It won't look good into the visualization. If I put the year axis over here. So what I do, I put it onto the play axis. Can you see if you go down here, there is an option to play axis. I just select year from here from the data hierarchy. I drag here and put it onto the play axis. Okay. Can you see this play button over here? Once you drag and put it over here, you should be able to see a play axis. So right now it's 2022. Let me play the axis. So here we can see what is the situation in 2022, 2019, 2021, and so on. For last 4 years, we can see a kind of an animated visual. Now we can easily recognize in 2019, the copiers were not performing good, but in 2022 and 2021 started performing very well. So we get a good picture from it. If I say again, phones, chairs. So if you want to pause on a particular thing, we can just pause it. You can see copiers are not that performing on 2021, but in 2022, it moved to the another level. If you see on 2019, the copiers were, sales were less, profit were minimal. After that, it started performing very well. Can you see a step-by-step mode and it gone to the top. Is it clear for everyone? Any queries? Okay, just try to put the play axis onto the order date year into the play axis and try to get an animated version of scatter plot. Is everyone completed this? Okay. So I give you one exercise to create a scatter plot on quantity and sales. Create one more scatter plot based on quantity versus, we took sales versus profit for profit, right? I want quantity versus sales. Can you create one more scatter plot with a year play axis saying quantity versus sales? Or we can take quantity versus profit as well, because quantity will be proportionate to sales. We can say quantity versus profit. That is volume versus profit. Can you guys create it? I give next 5 minutes to create that with a play axis as well. And also possible you can change the colors from the format pane. I give next 5 minutes to practice that. Then we will move on to the filters and other types of not visualization, other types of filing. Let me put it onto a notepad, the question. I want a scatter plot to show profit and volume by subcategory. Okay, with year as play axis. So create a scatter plot to show profit and volume by subcategory with year as play axis and give some good formatting as well. So once you're done with that, you post that into the chat window, the screenshot, then we can see whether you got the right thing or not. And also in the format pane for each and every visual, there are n number of options. For example, if I go to scatter plot, There are many options inside the formatting pane. So do play around with it. And also one more thing which I missed in the visualization is the analytics. Here, if I want to put an average line, I can put an average line as well. If I want to put a constant line, I can put a constant line. If I want to put a percentile, then I can put the percentile line as well. I can do the n number of analytics onto this particular page. We can also use the different ratio line and so on. This ratio line is nothing but which are the ones which are performing good and performing bad. So you can also put a ratio line. So these are the analytics pane, and this is the formatting pane. So try to use the functionalities of formatting pane and analytics pane in your visualization. Yes, volume means quantity. Volume is quantity. So as one notepad, volume is quantity. So I give another 5 minutes to work on this and post the screenshot on the chat window. I will have a look on that. Once you complete a post that onto the chat window, a screenshot of that. People who have completed, just post that into this screenshot. Profit and quantity. Good thing, Harsh. It's great. I can see a few of the people has completed and posted onto the chat. Good thing. The main thing is not only preparing the visualization, also understanding what the inference you get from visualization. Once again, please explain. So the inference which you get from this visualization is which are the products or the subcategory where the profit is higher and sales is lower. You can compare profit and sales. For example, if you see copiers, the profit is very high, but as compared to the others like binders and so on, the sales is not that uh, big in volume, right? That means the profit margin is on the higher side. That means I am having a good amount of profit margin onto the copiers. Whereas if you see this particular tables, the sales is good, but the profit is negative. Similar, if you see for chairs, the sales is good, but the profit is not that good as compared to the others. So you can easily compare it. Good work, guys. I can see most of the people has completed this. Now let's move on to the filters. We have seen the data pane, we have seen the visualization pane. Now let's see what is a filter pane. So here I have few of the things onto the filters on this visual. So when you say filters on this visual, this filter, can you see this heading? Filters on this visual, which means the filters which you apply over here. For example, if I select a particular subcategory, if I want to see only appliances, then it will filter only the appliances on the visual. The visual which you prepared, it says will be appliances. So whatever filter you apply onto this particular window or the pane will apply only to the visuals. Okay, let's go to the bar chart where we have multiple visuals. For example, here I have category. When I click on category and select only one category, only this particular visuals will be filtered, whereas these visuals are unaffected. That's the reason it is called as filters on this visual. Okay, is it clear for everyone? What is filters on this visual? There are three types of filters. One is filter on the visual, second is the filter on the page, and last one is a filter on all the pages. Okay. Now move on to filters on this page. I put category into this filter on this page and select a particular category, that is furniture. Can you see all the visuals which are there in this particular page are filtered to furniture? That means whatever filter apply over here will be applied across all the visuals on this particular page, that is bar chart. Is it clear for everyone? Everybody is clear what is filter on the visual and filter on this page? As the name suggests, filter visual will apply only the filter on this visual. Filter will only apply on a particular visual. Filter on this page will apply onto the current page, this particular page. For example, if I say category and say furniture, all the visuals will be filtered to furniture. Okay. Now the last one is I put filter on all the pages. So let's say I filter on furniture on this. This page is filtered out. If I go to the another page, it's also filtered on furniture. If I go to the other page, it's also filtered on furniture. Can you see this? This is also filtered on furniture. Okay. Then if I go on to the another things like, see, this is also filtered on furniture. For example, if I select everything, I get all the things. If I remove furniture, I get the furniture is removed. So whatever filter you apply on this particular pane, that is filter on all the visual, all the pages, we apply to all the pages onto the dashboard. Hope it's clear for everyone. Is it clear for everyone? What is the filters available on the visualizations? One is visual level filter. Second is a page level filter. Last one is a dashboard level filter. So if you click on that, you see filters on this visual. This is a visual level filter. Next is a filter on this page. This is this particular page level filter. Filter on all the pages. That means dashboard level. All the pages in that particular dashboard will be filtered based on your condition. Okay, great. So guys, can you try this, whether it's applying on your workbook or not? Then we will move on to the next topic. Sri Vaishnavi, what is the error you are getting? Can you post the screenshot? Good question. We added the filter, but how to remove the filter? Can you see this cross mark? The one way is just select all the values over here. That means the filter is not applied. Okay. Now the other way, if you want to remove it, then you can just click on the remove filter. The filter will be removed. Just click on the cross mark. That's it. The map location is not showing. You need to put the location onto the map. You have not put any values onto the map. That's the reason it's not showing anything. And map we taken up yesterday, Vaishnavi. So you go to recording of yesterday's, you should be able to learn how to put a map visual. Okay guys, now let's build a small dashboard. For that, let's import a data. Okay, now let's save this particular workbook and close it for time being. Let's save this particular workbook and close it for time being and open a new Power BI desktop. We will build a small dashboard, a single page dashboard. Okay. And at the end of the session, that is maybe on next Monday, coming Monday, we build a good sales analytics dashboard with 2 to 3 pages. First of all, everybody open a blank Power BI dashboard. Guys, my PC configuration is like 16 GB RAM with a i5 processor, 12 generation. So it's not required for practicing a simple Power BI. I do some of my some stuffs onto my PC. That's the reason I have a good that much configuration. But i5 11 generation and the 8 GB RAM is sufficient. It's always based on a budget. It's not necessary you need to get a high-end system, but it's always based on the budget and requirement. 8 GB RAM and i5 or i3 11 generation or 10 generation will be sufficient. Kanishka, you need to go to the recordings if you missed some portion of this particular thing, because if I repeat, then it's a repetition of for the larger volume of the people. If I need to repeat a topic, it will be very difficult, at least in the this particular EDL session, because the where the student volume is larger. Okay, guys. Now let's connect to a web data. I give you one of the link. Just give me 1 second. Let me pull out the web link for you. I'm pasting the link over the chat, which you will require to connect to Power BI. Okay, the link is not pasted. Just give me a minute. You need to go to this particular hyperlink and copy the link address. I will tell you how to import the data from this particular website. So you guys need to go to this, click on this particular link and go to the website. It will take you to a website. So this is the website where we have the population information. Can you see in India there is this much amount of population, and yearly change from last year to this year it's increased by 0.18 81 percentage. Net change is around 110 lakhs. Density per square kilometer is 481. Land area and so on. We have the population information onto this particular website. I want this data to be pulled in Power BI. So let's see how do we get this data into Power BI. Can you post it ExcelR website? Okay. I think they are referring to the YouTube thing. Chandana, can you post this particular link onto the YouTube as well? Somebody is asking, can you post it on ExcelR website? She might be referring to the YouTube site. I need to pull the data from this particular website. So what I do is I go to Power BI. I click on get data. Can you see there is an option for web? Go to get data. You will see an option for web. So inside that you paste the URL of that particular website, the one which I given it to you right now. Okay. I say okay. Now it will go to that particular website and fetch the tables from that website. It might take a few seconds or few minutes based on the internet speed. So you click on any one table, HTML table. Let's see, we have the required information. Yes, we have the same data which is present on to this particular website. We got all the data onto the Power BI. Can you see? I just say load. Then the data will be loaded into the in your Power BI. Let's rename this table as population data. That is the rename. Yeah, rename it as population data. Okay. Now, if you go and see onto your data table, you will see the same set of records which were there in the website. It's get pulled into your Power BI. Is it clear for everyone? How do we connect to a web data? Do import the data onto your Power BI as well. Then we will be building a particular dashboard, a single page dashboard on the population data. I don't have web option. Can you share that link? I can share the link again, no problem. But you should get a web option. So how to select any table? You just whenever you connect to this particular thing, for example. So people who are not getting the web, it should be there. If you don't get an option, you go to all other, and inside that you should get a web. Or just search over here. You get the option for web. Just can you see the search box? I'm telling this for the people who don't see web option over here. Click on more. You see this particular dialog. Type here web. You should able to see the web option, the first one, web, and then start to connect. For example, if I connect it, sorry, I think I selected the other one. More. I put the URL. So based on that, it will give all the available tables onto the website. It's just connecting it. So there are two tables, right? HTML tables. If I click on that, let me see what is the records present. It is the same record which I want. If I go to table 2, suggested tables, can you see the column headings are not present? So I cannot take this particular table. So I need to select the HTML table. Can you see? You just click on that and you get the preview. So based on the preview, you can decide which table to select. If you click on load, it will get loaded. Can you guys try this on your Power BI desktop? Guys, this is third time I'm sending the link. onto chat window. Just paste the link onto the web connector and get the data onto your Power BI desktop. You need to load only one table, that is the population table. Just click on the preview and see which is the table which are the proper rows and columns and also the column headers, and just load that. Access web content, you put anonymous and also select the last link. If you go to drop down, you get the end exact link and click on connect and say anonymous. And this option should not be there, should not be coming in the latest version of the Power BI. But people who are using the older version get this particular screen for authentication, use anonymous. Is everyone loaded the data? Can you move on to build a visualization or the dashboard? Is anyone still loading the data? Like this, it's coming. So in this particular window, you need to paste the link which I given it to you, Vaishnavi. Just paste the link which I given it to you and say okay. So it will connect to that particular website and get the data for you. Because if you don't paste the link, how the Power BI will know from which website it need to the data needs to be pulled. So paste the website link onto the URL box. Guys, I give another 3 more minutes to get the data downloaded and loaded into Power BI. Then we will start with the dashboard building. No, you don't need to load both the tables. You need to load only one table. That is HTML table. Lakshmi Devi, you need to check your internet connection. If it getting timeout, that means the internet connection is slow. That's the error which I can recognize from the word. It's timeout waiting for web page to load. That means the internet connection is slow, because of which the data cannot pull. You try one more time, it should work. And also check the internet connection, whether it's working properly or not. Okay, guys, let's now start with the building a dashboard. First of all, let's give the report name as population analysis. Let's say population analysis. You can give any name of your choice. Okay. First of all, let's give a particular title to this particular dashboard. For that, how to get a title? I say insert a text box. And you see a text box has been inserted. I give the title. I give the name as, I double click onto it and write population, or I can say world population. Okay, can you, the words are a bit smaller in font. Let me increase the font size. Okay, let me bring it into the center. And if I want, I can increase the font by one more. Let me make it to 44. Okay, so I got a header, but I need a good background as well. Inside white background, it's not that popping up. So I use some, can you see? Once you click on this particular thing, you get this particular format pane. Inside effects, inside background, you give a good shade to it. Or you can give some kind of a bluish shade, world population. So how to insert this particular text box? Go to insert. Can you see this particular text box? Just press insert. It will be inserted onto the dashboard and start writing the name, the world population. Then select this and increase the font size, whichever font size you feel it's better, and do the alignment center. And to change the background, you can change the background from here. If you give any background, that will be appearing over here. I just delete it now. And let me make it as a bold as well. You can make it as bold from here. Can everybody add the title? I give this name as population, or I can say world population. Save this particular Power BI file. You can give any name to the file. I give the name as world population and save it. Now add the title. Then we add 3 to 4 visuals onto it. Okay, I will repeat how to add the title. So go to insert, and inside that you click on this text box. A particular text box will be inserted onto your report. So you, whatever title you want to give, just type it up. For example, if I want to give world population, I type it the world population. The font will be very smaller. Just select that and give a bigger font. Let's say 44. So it's on the left hand side. I want to bring it to center. I make it as center. Okay. If I want to change the font color, I can change it from here. For example, if I want something blue, darker blue, I can make it as a darker blue. Can you see the font? Now for the background, you need to go to format, and in the background, you need to select any of the color. For example, I can select this one. So this is how you add the title. Is it clear? I just add the title, then we will create 3 to 4 visuals that will show some of the important part of the populations. Is everybody inserted the title? Now we will put some of the filters. So normally what we do is normally put filters onto your left hand side, because always our eyeballs move from left to right. Whenever you read the books, it's from left to right. So always your hand and the eyeball moves from left to right. So the first thing the people should notice the filter, so that they can filter according to your requirement. Similarly, if you go to Amazon or Flipkart, you see the filter, so that you can easily filter it to the particular category and you find the relevant results. Similarly, we will also add a filter to make it more interactive. I just add one shape over here, a line, which will act as a partition for filters and the visual. What I done now is I just added a line. How do you add it? Insert, shape. Can you see this particular line? Just insert. It's a horizontal line, but I need a vertical line. So what I do go to rotation and I make it as 180 degree. Can you see? Here I write, sorry, 90 degree. I do a 90 degree rotation. Inside rotation, all I write 90 degree. So the line is rotated to 90 degree. Okay. Now just I squeeze it out. I just squeeze the line so that it's a smaller, thin line which will separate filter and the visualizations. So this improves the aesthetics of the dashboard. Okay. So I can see here I have the filter, here I have the data. Can you add a single line over here? Then we will add few of the slicers. So inside, once you added the line, we can add a slicer as. Here we can add a slicer. We put the country onto the slicer. So you get list of all the countries over here. The type slicer header, we can give the name as country. And background, we can give a kind of this blue background. Can you add a slicer, country, and a horizontal line which will separate the slicer from the visualizations? Do you want me to repeat again? Okay, I tell you how to add this, but first of all, I I assume that you guys know how to add this slicer. Yesterday we seen that. The only difficulty you might face is how to add this particular vertical line. So what I do is, again repeat, for slicer, you might be already knowing it. For line, I just add inside insert. I go to insert shapes, and can you see this particular line? I just add it. Now it's a horizontal line. I want to make it vertical. So I go to, in the format, I go to rotation. Here I write 90 degree. If I rotate it to 90 degree, it will become a vertical one. Then I just squeeze the length of that particular line so that it looks like a thin line. Have you got now? How to add slicer? Yesterday we seen this, guys. So how to add slicer? You click on this particular slicer. Can you see the slicer option over here? Fifth row, third column. Just click on the slicer. A slicer will be added over here. Inside slicer, what you need to give? What is the filter you want to give? Country. I just drag and put country. Can you see all the countries over here? But title is not proper. The title is not proper. So what I do is I go to formatting, slicer header, and I just give the name as country. I increase the font, and in the background I give a blue color so that everything is in one theme. Yes. Is it clear now? Can you guys try it out? Again, tell you how to add the slicer. Click on this particular slicer. There is the option to add the slicer. And whatever field you want, for example, I want country. I just drag the country over here. So I get this particular slicer. Can you see? Now I want to do the formatting. I want to change the title header of the slicer. So I select this particular slicer. I go to formatting, and for the header, I keep it as country. And I increase the font. And for background, I give a blue color so that everything is in one theme. Can you see? This is how you add the slicer. Once you added that, then we will build the other visualizations. Guys, as I told you in the earlier as well, don't try to do along with me. I'm giving you sufficient amount of time to practice it once I explain the thing. So whenever I'm doing anything, don't try to do along with me. Observe it, take the notes, and after that, try to do on your own. If you the thing why I'm saying it is, if you do along with me, then you are not observing or understanding anything. You are just doing the thing which I'm doing, like a copycat. You are just copying me. What are the steps I applied? On the other hand, if you take the notes and observe carefully, you understand the things, what exactly I'm doing and why I am doing. And when you try to do on your own, you might face some difficulty in doing it, but post it onto the chat. I will resolve it. On that way, you'll be learning and understanding things in a better way. That's the one reason I'm saying observe while I'm doing and practice whenever I give you the time. I give you the sufficient time to practice it. And if you need more time, do post it onto the chat. I might give 2 or 3 minutes more as well. But keep a good practice, because it will only benefit you only. If you understand the concept clearly, then you can do n number of times. Okay, guys. Hope everybody added this slicer. And guys, the people who require more time, like most of the people require more time, do post it onto chat. I will give you more time to do the things. Okay. Now we will add since it's a geographical representation, let's add a map onto the visual. First of all, let's add the map. In the map, I put country. In the location, I put country. And in the bubbles, I put the population. So can you see wherever the populations are higher, the bubbles are bigger. Can you see here? That is China as a highest population. 1428, 26, 1425. India has more population than China. India is the highest, China is the second highest. Then we have the other populations like Russia, where the land area is more as compared to India. Similarly, we can see based on the map, which are the highly populated countries in the world. Okay. I give the heading as I go to format, title, country wise population. So if you pinch up, it will zoom in. If you pinch down, it will zoom out. And let me see. If you're not able to zoom in and zoom out, you go to format. You go to format, inside visuals, map settings, controls, zoom button. Enable the zoom button, you will get plus and minus. Based on that, you can zoom in and zoom out. Can you see? Based on the buttons, you can zoom in and zoom out. So not the no, sir, not the map, the whole screen. Whole screen you cannot, you have the zoom slider below. On that you can zoom in and zoom out. Can you see this slider, zoom slider? Just zoom in and zoom out. Okay. That's what I given you. Was that Nikhil? That's what I told you. You have this zoom slicer over here. If you zoom, if I zoom this way, it will look this tiny. So if you want to zoom out, zoom in, just press this particular, use this zoom slider. So it's not zooming out for me than this. Click on the plus button. Wherever it's possible to zoom, it will zoom out. Okay, guys, if everybody created the map visual, then we go for the other one. Land area. Now we see the population. Let's see country-wise land area. For that, we use a different visual. Let's use a tree map. Third row, last column or sixth column. Tree map. I will put Control Z. Click on anything anywhere outside the inside the white space and use this heat map. and put it near to the map issue. Okay, just expand it to the width. Just expand it to the width and put country wise land area. Where is the land area? Values you put land area. So based on that, you can see Russia has a huge land area followed by China, Canada, Brazil, China, US, Australia, and so on. So this particular thing shows you what is the land area for the different countries. You can also edit the title. Land area by country. So India has the 7th largest land area, but has the highest population. Can you build this TreeMap? This one is a TreeMap. Okay, just click on that, and in the values you put the land area, and in the category you put the countries. Is everyone created this? So let's create a migrant population. Can you see what is the migrant? So let's see what is the country-wise migrants. So let's put a bar chart to show that, or a column chart. Let's put a column chart. The country-wise migrant in the x-axis, I put the country, and migrants in the y-axis. Just increase to the right. If you see a country is blurred out, then it's filtered. For example, if I click on any of the country, let's say China, Only China will be highlighted, rest everything will be filtered out. Can you see if I click on India, only India is highlighted, rest everything is blurred out. To come out from this situation, click anywhere on the visual, for example, white space. Click over here, everything back to normal. These are the actions in Power BI or interactivity in Power BI. So if you see for migrants, Ukraine has the most migrants, then US, Syria, then so on. So it's a country-wise migrant population. The highest number is for the Ukraine. We just squeeze this and we will add a one more thing called as a pie chart with urban population percent. Wait, let me look at the data. We cannot add a pie chart because there are no field which has 5 or less qualitative field. We can use few KPI cards over here. For example, this is a KPI card. I click on the white space. This is one of the card. Here I can show what is the urban population percentage. I will put as where is the urban population percentage? This one. Okay, it's not properly formatted. That's the reason I'm not getting it. I can add the world yearly change or the average fertility rate. I would add the average fertility rate onto the KPI card. Can you see average fertility rate is 2.41. Or I can say add the density per square kilometer. Density of population per square kilometer. Average density of population per square kilometer. So here I can see 477 people are staying in a per square kilometer of area on an average. Arsh, if it is not working, check your filter. You might have filtered something. The color is less brighter. You might have clicked somewhere else. For example, if I click on this chart as well, this happens. You will be seeing a bright spot. So I give you one good option is, let's say you have a blurred screen. Click on Russia, this one, and again click on that. It will be gone. That's a one way. Can you guys build this particular dashboard? Do let me know once you created this particular dashboard. First, it's a population by country, country-wise population, then the land area. Then I'm showing what is the migrant population for each and every country, and what is the average density of population per square kilometer. It's not a 100% stacked chart. It's a normal column chart. That is stacked column chart. I give another 4 minutes to complete this. Then we will move on to the one more topic called conditional formatting. Okay, hope everyone has completed this. Is there anyone still working on it? The last card one, can you explain it? So this is a KPI card. Normally we put it onto the top to give a macro level information. For time being, we will put it onto the here. So what is this KPI card is, we want to show something. Like I want to show what is the average people living in per square kilometer. This is one of the key KPI, let's say. So I put it over here. By default, it takes some. I click on this, I convert to average. So based on that, I can see if I consider the whole world population and the total area available. For example, for each and every country, for India, this is too low. In India, if I select India, where is, I can add a search button over here. If I search for India and I select it, there are 481 people living in per square kilometer. But this will increase on the cities like Mumbai, Chennai, and Bangalore. So on an average, if I see the world population, there are 477 people living in a per square kilometer of area. There are 477 people living in per square kilometer of the area. This is what I get from this particular KPI card. How do I add this KPI card? Can you see this particular card visual? Just click on that, and in the fields, you pull out density and change it to average. This is how you add the KPI card. Okay, there are two cards. One is card and this KPI card, multi-row card. Sorry, this KPI. This is a card. This is a multi-row card. In multi-row card, if I change it to multi-row card, you can add many things. For example, density, fertility rate, and so on. You can have multiple KPIs can be represented over here. But whereas if you see this particular one, it's only one. That's the difference between this one and this one. This KPI, it's a combination of both. That is, you can show along with some graphs as well. For example, let us say if it is greater than 400, I will show a upward trend, a kind of graph. If I want to also add a visualization inside the card, I can use the KPI card. But for that, we need the calculations to be in place. It's not simple to add the KPI card as it is. You need to have the calculation. You need to do the DAX calculation, put some condition. Based on that, you can red and green color kind of this particular symbols and everything. Okay. This is a latestly added card. It has more functionalities than this. It has more functionality. It's an updated version of this particular card where we can add more analytics. But for this, we need to have a DAX so that we give a condition. To give a condition, we need to write a calculation. For calculation, we need DAX. So that's the reason I'm not taking up this, but we can take on this and this. This is nothing but if you convert this to multi-row card, you can add multiple things onto it. That's it. No, there is nothing different. Only the view gets changed. As the name says, a multi-row card. Multiple KPIs can be shown. Anisha, if your maps are not getting populated, then you need to do the settings, options and settings. I have already explained this yesterday. If I would request everyone, if you are missing a particular session, whenever you come next time, you just go through the recording because you will lose the connection. So it's in the security, use map and field map. Enable this and say okay. If you are still not able to see the map, save the workbook, close it and reopen it, your problem will be resolved. So it's a request for everyone. Whenever you miss a session, before coming to the next session, please go through the recording. Else you won't be able to do the connect. Is everyone clear with this dashboard? Have you guys prepared it? Okay, then let's move on to the next topic, that is conditional formatting. And now I insert a bar column chart. Let me expand it a little bit. I put country into the x-axis. I just click on it. Wait. This is a index number. I put country and y-axis. I get the change. Not change. There should be one more thing. Fertility rate, change percentage, word share, yearly change. I put this yearly change. Everything is positive. Now something will be negative. Okay. So can you see? So these are the countries where the population change is positive. Let me, first of all, before going to the visual, click on this particular yearly change. Can you see the format? Under column tools, can you see this particular format? First of all, change it to percentage. You need to change it to percentage. Click on the yearly change, go to column tools and click on percentage, or from the drop down, you can select the percentage. And now the column chart which you inserted, in x-axis I have country and in y-axis I put the percentage change. Okay. Now if you see, wherever the positive percentage are coming in the first, and negative percentage are going on to the last. For example, Ukraine percentage dipped to minus 7.5, followed by Lebanon. These are the war affected countries. Maybe that is the reason the population might be migrated to another state or so, another country or so. If you see, these are all the countries where the situation is not good. Okay. Now don't want this particular one sorted by the yearly person. First of all, can you guys create this one? Then I will show you how to sort it. First of all, create a basic column chart. Have you guys created this particular visual? Okay. So now I want to sort by the country name. Now this is sorted by the yearly change, but I want to get it sorted based on the country name. Okay. So what I do, can you see these three dots? Click on that, go to sort axis and sort on country. Can you see? Now you can see the plus minus. Okay. I sorted descending. I can sort ascending as well. Can you see the plus minus? Yes, I will repeat once again. Can you click on the three dots? Sort axis, the last option. Here you need to check the country. That's it. We check the country, it will sorted by country. Can you see? It's a non. Now it's sorted by the yearly change. I click on the three dots sort axis. Can you see? It's sorted by the yearly change. Can you see this tick mark over here? I want to sort it by country. I click on country. Can you see? Now it's sorted descending. Is it clear for everyone? Can everybody sort the graph as per the country name? You can sort ascending or descending anyway. If you want ascending, just click on ascending. It will sort it ascending. Okay, now we will do a conditional formatting. Now for doing the conditional formatting, you need to go to the format pane. You need to go to columns. In the format pane, I want to format the column. These are called the column. The bars which you see over here, horizontal bars, these are called as a columns. I go to columns. Inside that, I get a color over here. But as such, I want to give a different color based on the condition. So what I do is, can you see this FX symbol? If you click on that, you get an option. It's based on the, I want to give the condition based on the yearly change. This is a yearly change. Sum of yearly change. This is a percentage. If it is greater than or equal to 0 and less than if it is greater than or equal to 0 and less than 1, less than or equal to 100%, I need to give a green color. Where is the green color? Don't have a green color. I can go and check from here. Whereas if it is greater than or equal to 0 and less than 100, this one, and if this condition doesn't satisfy, let's see whether it's working or not. Can you see all the things are made green? If I go over here, is my voice audible to everyone?
Yes, Balaji, you are audible.
Okay, first of all, let me clear this particular thing. I use based on the field I use based on the rules. The first is a gradient fill. The lowest value will be given. If I use a gradient fill, the lowest value should be given red. That is this one. The highest value should be given the green color. I don't have green color, so I go to more colors and select a green color from here and say okay. Wait, the color is not selected properly. Here I go to the green color. More color. I go to the green, I select the green shade and I need to click over here and say okay. Go to effects again, it's not applying properly. The lowest value should be -1. The highest should be 1. Okay. Okay, wait. I done a one mistake. Here I need to select the yearly change. I have select the country name. That's the reason it's not getting applied. Gradient sum of yearly change because I want to apply on yearly change. The mistake which I done on, I select a country over here, which I haven't noticed. That's the reason it was not getting proper. So now if I click on it, can you see wherever it's -1, it's on a darker shade. Wherever it's on this one, it's a green color. This is called as a gradient fill. If you see over here, it's a gradient fill. Wherever there is a lesser amount, you can see this particular one. The level, the darker shade is very So there is one more option, that is by rule. If you go onto this and by rules, you select the yearly change. If the value is greater than 0 and less than 1, then you can give a green color to it. Where is the green color? I just select the green color and say okay. So this is how you give the color formatting to the bars. You need to select that and give the formatting to the bars based on the condition. I will again show you how to give it. I just go to columns. Let me clear it off. You need to click on FX. You have 3 options. One is gradient. You can also use a gradient fill and the this one rules. For timing, let's see what is the gradient fill first. I go to yearly change. Sum of yearly change by country. The lowest, let me give as a red color, dark red color. And the highest, let me give as the green color. Let me go on to the more colors and select a green color over here. And middle, I can give as a yellow. Middle value I can enter as, if I put custom and if I enter 0, the middle value is 0. I say okay. Can you see? It's not formatted as per the changes. The wherever the population is very high, it's going up, I can see a green color. Wherever it's going down, I can see a red shade. Can you see? For Lebanon, we can see a darker red shade. For Ukraine, we can see a very great red shade. Because of this particular one, these other shades are becoming lighter. As compared to this, the others are way less change. That's the reason you see a less kind of shade over here. Wherever it's near to 0, you see a yellow shade. Is it clear? How do you give a condition based on the, how to color based on the condition? I go to columns. I say gradient, sum of yearly change. Last time I haven't selected this one. I was selecting country. That's the reason it was applying on the country and I cannot see any difference over here. So you need to change it to sum of yearly change. You can select it, sum of yearly change. And you can give the lowest value, the red color. If you want a different red color, you can give this as well. And middle, which is near to 0, I want to give a yellow color. And highest, I want to give the green color. So once I click on OK, you get this particular one, the shading. Can you see? Ukraine, which is the highest, is getting the red color. Is it clear for everyone how to give the conditional formatting? Can you try this? Okay, the calculations in Power BI, we call it as DAX. So DAX is not a part of curriculum for EDL. So we won't be covering DAX calculations in the EDL sessions, because DAX itself requires a good amount of time, at least 4 to 6 hours, to at least cover the basic calculations in DAX. So we are not covering up DAX, at least in the EDL session. That's one thing. I can see somebody asking about the calculations in Power BI. We are not covering up in this curriculum. Is everyone completed this conditional formatting? Okay. Now let's see if I want to give a red and green color. For negative, I want to give red color. For positive, I want to give green color. For that, let me erase this particular conditional formatting first. I go click on this FX. I click on the format style to the rules. Then I select the yearly change. And it's on the sum. Perfect. So I say greater than or equal to 0 and less than maximum. Less than maximum. I say maximum number of percentage, I give the green color. If it is greater than 0 and maximum, I give the green color. And I add one more rule. If it is greater than minimum, instead of 0, I just delete it. So it will become the minimum value, minimum percentage, and it's less than 0. If it is greater than the minimum, whatever is the percentage minimum of that, if it is greater than minimum percent and less than 0 number, I should give the red color. I give, go over here, I give and give a red color to it. Can you see? Here the condition says it should be greater than or equal to 0% and it should be less than the maximum number. Whatever is the maximum number onto the yearly change, it should be less than that, will be green color. If it is greater than or equal to minimum number and less than or equal to 0, it should be red color. It should be let me put as a number. So one I was select a percentage, the other was to 0 and less than the maximum number, then it should be green color. If it is greater than the minimum number, for example, let's say minimum is 7.5, which we seen for Ukraine. If it is greater than the minimum number and less than 0, then it should be red color. That means I'm saying 0 to the maximum number, which might be like 5.5% or something. I need green color. Greater than 0 and less than the maximum number. And if the value is greater than the minimum number, the minimum was minus 7.5. It's greater than the minimum number and less than 0. I want red color. Can you see all the positives are in green color and all the negatives are in red color? Is it clear for everyone? If I don't want the multiple shadings, before this we will seen the gradient fill, that is shading. Now if I wanted the exact color, I can use this. Can you guys try this particular conditional formatting? So this is what we say as conditional formatting in Power BI. And the last one, I will explain the last one also. Last one, if some field value as a color in the table itself, you have some color names like red, green, blue, and so on. That you can calculate based on the calculation as well. Let's say you want to do the conditional formatting on complex logic, which cannot be done over here. So you add a calculator column saying if this value is less than this, you give green color. If it is value is greater than this, you give yellow color. Then after that red color, then orange, pink, and everything. You add a calculator column. That particular column has a color values like red, green, blue, yellow, and so on. And the third option, field value, can use that particular column. I can select that particular column. Let's say this particular column has a color value. Then I can easily select it. Since it doesn't have the color value, I'm not able to select it since it's a kind of the number format. So I can select this one. Then I can see based on that particular field value color. So it will automatically take that field value, the color in that field, and it will automatically populate that color into the columns. So that's the last one, but you can try these two. That is the gradient fill and the condition of formatting based on the rules. Just try these two out. Then we will move on to the Q&A for today. Okay, you Dipti, what you exactly and not understood the last option, that is field value, or the things which we done right now. Okay, last one. Okay, let all you guys complete these two. Then I will explain the last one. Last one is we cannot do right now. Maybe tomorrow session I might take an example on that, because that needs some kind of calculation or the data needs to be on that particular, likely onto that particular way. Let me explain the theoretical part to you today, and if possible tomorrow I will create some data set and explain you. Not if not tomorrow, definitely on Monday I will create a data set so that we can use the third option, that is this one, field value. First of all, complete these two, then I will explain theoretical first. Is everyone completed this? Okay, great. So we explain what is the last option, that is field value. Can you see gradient we have seen, rules we have seen? Let's see what is field value. So let's say here I have different countries, right? India, US, Canada, UK, and so on. There are many countries over there. I want to give a particular country, let's say Asia, India, Pakistan, Nepal, then Afghanistan, and so on, China, and it all falls under Asian countries. And then we have US, where we have US and Canada, and in European countries where we have UK, then we have Netherlands, Germany, and so on, and Middle East countries, right? Let's divide the countries into 4 different regions. Asia, then we have Middle East, Europe, and US. So I want to give a particular color to this particular color coding to the region. Asia, I want to give green. US, I want to give orange. Europe, I want to give blue. And for the Middle East, I want to give the gray color. Okay. So what I do is now inside the data, inside this data, add one more field called region color. I will add one more field called region color. So wherever there is a Asian countries, I would say green color. Wherever there is a US, I will say orange color. For UK, I will use blue color. That is European countries. I will write is a blue color. And for the Middle East, I will write gray color. So I have a column which has the list of colors. Now I have a column. I have list of colors. So now if I want that particular column to decide the color of the bar, if that particular column should decide the color of the bar, then I can use the field value option. In that, I can select that particular field where I've written the color. For example, let's say this is the one which has the field color. So I can select that, and if I say okay, each country will be colored according to that particular column. That is called as a field value. Is that clear for everyone? Great. So that is called as a field value. We take a small example maybe on Monday on this particular field value. Okay, guys, let's move on to the Q&A. If you have any questions regarding the session or the session that happened on the past, you can ask me now. Yes, Monday is the last session of Power BI. No, tomorrow also we have a session in which we cover the data modeling and all. Monday we will create a dashboard in Power BI. So Monday is the last session for Power BI session. Tomorrow also we have the class. So if you want to do more practice on these topics on Power BI, I would say not topics on Power BI, you can download the data set from Kaggle and start practicing it. And I'm not sure whether ExcelR can help you on that. You can check with Amar and Chandana. They might tell you if they can provide the sample data. So that we created is not a dashboard today. So this is, I would say, a kind of a dashboard. It's a dashboard is nothing but where you build around a story. Today, if you see that population dashboard, we've seen what is the population by country, what is the land area of each and every country, and what is the density of population. So we are building up a story. It's not a dashboard, I would say. It's a small, tiny one-pager dashboard. Just for the practice, we created that. Dashboard is nothing but you analyze the data and build a story. That becomes your dashboard. how to download Power BI. This is the one which I took on Tuesday's class. You have the YouTube recording and the recording in the LMS portal. We can go through that and see how do we download the Tableau, not Tableau, the Power BI desktop. Okay, guys, if there are no questions, let's wind up the session for today. So if I want a job, then companies want the dashboard on. Doesn't mean that none of the companies will ask for the dashboard, right? They are check your technical skills, how much technical skills you have it on the Power BI. And regarding building a dashboard, we will build a 3-page dashboard, a basic sample dashboard on Monday. And based on that knowledge, you can download the data set from Kaggle and build a good dashboard. You can use your own BI capabilities and build the dashboard that will showcase how analytical thinking you have. So that can land you in a good job. So today we have created just a sample of that. How to put many. So yesterday we have seen individual visuals. Today we have seen how to put the visuals together in a single page. That's one thing. Monday we will see a 2 to 3 page of dashboard. No, I won't be teaching DAX functions for the serial session due to the constraint of time. DAX requires a good amount of time, at least 4 hours to complete, because inside DAX there are many things like calculate a column, measures, table calculations, and all. So it's very difficult to complete in 1 hour or 2 hours. It requires at least 4 hours, minimum 4 hours. So that's not part of the EDL session. Okay, guys, if there are no questions, then we can wind up the session for the today. If you have any questions to Chandana and Amar, you can ask them. And if you have any queries regarding the courses, like what is business analysis course and what is data analysis course and all, you can check with Chandana and Amar. They will be the right person to answer that. Thanks everyone for your time. Have a good night. Thank you.
Yes, so dear participants, if you have any query or question for me, EDL team, so please drop in the chat box. And we already shared the attendance link in the chat box. Please mark your attendance and don't forget to share your valuable feedback as well. Okay, so you guys are asking me again for attendance. Just a minute, I'm sharing that. Guys, you're facing any another issue, anything else, you're accessing the LMS, all the files are there over LMS. So you can go visit the LMS and download the file from there and keep practicing, okay? Yes, we're done with the day. If you don't have any query or question, you can leave and we'll meet you on tomorrow at same time. Yes, guys, whatever file is were taken in the last few days now in this session, definitely you will get that all files here. So no need to worry. Just visit the LMS, you will get that. Sir, day 6 file is not available. It's there for sure. Please take the session on data engineering. Yeah, definitely Harshal Kumar will launch that kind of the training program as well in the future. And you will get notified via ExcelR social media handles. Okay. You two participant, any problem? Okay, so I think there is no more question. So once again, thank you so much all of you for joining the session, and we'll meet you on tomorrow at same time. So bye bye, good night. So there's one question, sir, the business analyst and data analyst are same. So coming to that points, coming to the difference between both. So 90% is same only, but we're adding one more tool as agile tool. Business analyst is like a project manager. But anyway, in the business analyst as well, we're covering advanced Excel, Power BI, Tableau, MySQL, and agile methodology. Okay. Priyanshu, till day file is available. From day 6 is missing. Kindly see towards. Okay, extremely sorry for that, Priyanshu. We'll check on the same. Okay, Priyanshu, anything else you would like to share? Yeah, no problem. Yeah, okay then. Sorry guys. So we'll meet you on tomorrow. Thank